Before you fall head over heels for the blue-eyed black lemur's sapphire blue eyes, I have to say stop. You're about to make one of the biggest decisions of your life, but not in the way you think. Let's talk about the blue-eyed black lemur, one of the rarest, most beautiful creatures on Earth. If you've been considering getting one, you might want to rethink that idea because while they are absolutely stunning, these little creatures are not meant to live in your living room. Important reminder, this video is more about caution than fascination. While we'll dive into what it takes to care for a blue-eyed black lemur, you'll see why these animals, despite their charm, should not be kept as pets. Let's break it down, and by the end you'll understand why. First, let's talk about why this lemur is so special. The blue-eyed black lemur, Lemur flavifrons, is native to Madagascar, and its striking appearance is what grabs everyone's attention. Jet black fur paired with piercing blue eyes, something you rarely see in mammals. The blue color isn't just beautiful, it's a biological rarity. Only about 10% of mammals have blue eyes naturally. They're truly a gem of the animal world. But here's the thing, these lemurs are critically endangered. There are fewer than 1,000 of them left in the wild, which is why they should never be treated as pets. Despite their beauty, the blue-eyed black lemur belongs in the wild, where it plays an essential role in its ecosystem. I know they look cute, and the idea of having one as a pet might seem enticing, but here's the reality check. These lemurs are not legal in most places and are illegal in many areas due to their endangered status. So first, if you're thinking about keeping one, check the laws in your area, because owning one could land you in a world of legal trouble. But even if they were legal, here's where the reality check really hits. These animals are not suited to captivity. You might think they'd make cute pets. They're small, they have a playful nature, and yes, their eyes are mesmerizing. But they are wild animals with specific needs that are impossible to meet in a domestic setting. First off, blue-eyed black lemurs live in small, tightly knit social groups in the wild. A lone lemur in captivity, that's a recipe for stress. Lemurs are extremely social animals and need constant interaction with their group to thrive. In the wild, they use vocalizations, facial expressions, and body language to communicate. In captivity, lacking a similar social group, they can become anxious and depressed. Not only do they need socialization, but they also require plenty of space to move. These creatures are arboreal, meaning they spend most of their time leaping from tree to tree in their natural habitat. Imagine trying to recreate that in your home. It's not just impractical, it's unfair to the lemur. They need a large enriched environment filled with climbing structures, trees, and a variety of toys. If they don't have this, they will become bored, which leads to destructive behavior and poor mental health. Now let's talk about what they eat. Blue-eyed black lemurs are frugivores, meaning they eat fruit, flowers, leaves, and sometimes insects. Replicating this diet is a big challenge. You can't just toss them some fruit and call it a day. Their nutritional needs are complicated, and their food has to be fresh, varied, and specific. Without proper nutrition, they can develop digestive issues or worse. Even their healthcare needs are complex. They require regular veterinary care, especially from veterinarians who are familiar with exotic animals. If you're thinking about caring for one, you must be prepared to cover the costs and commitment that come with maintaining their well-being. If they get sick or injured, finding the right care can be a huge challenge. Exotic animal vets who specialize in primates are few and far between, so this is a major consideration. Before bringing one of these lemurs into your home, let's talk about stress. These lemurs are not like your typical house pet. They're wild, and without the proper environment, they can become incredibly stressed. And when a blue-eyed black lemur is stressed, they won't just sit quietly in a corner. No, they'll show their stress through aggressive behaviors like biting or tearing up their living space. In the wild, they have a huge territory to explore, and they use their environment to stay mentally stimulated. In captivity, though, they are restricted. This leads to frustration, depression, and a lack of normal behavioral patterns. Simply put, they're miserable without the right conditions. This is where things get really serious. Blue-eyed black lemurs are critically endangered, and even if they were legal to own, keeping them as pets would be ethically wrong. By removing them from their natural habitat, we contribute to the decline of their species. Their future is in the wild, not in a cage in someone's home. Taking them out of the wild only accelerates the destruction of their natural population. Many exotic exotic animals face this issue. Pet trade exploitation, habitat destruction, and illegal hunting are driving species like these lemurs to the brink. If you care about wildlife, you should not support the pet trade of endangered species. Furthermore, supporting conservation efforts for the blue-eyed black lemur, like donations to wildlife protection organizations, is a much more effective way of helping these incredible creatures. By keeping them in the wild, we are protecting their future, and by helping fund these organizations, you are directly contributing to the conservation of their habitat. Okay, let's entertain a hypothetical situation. Let's say you're absolutely set on having a lemur as a pet. After all, you love the idea of these beautiful creatures. Let me be clear, a blue-eyed black lemur should still be out of the question. But there are other species of lemurs out there that are sometimes kept in captivity, although with the same considerations. If you're truly interested in owning an exotic pet that's related to the lemur family, a few other types of lemurs like the ring-tailed lemur or the red-ruffed lemur are more commonly kept in zoos or sanctuaries. But these animals still require a ton of space, socialization, and specialized care. It's not a simple pet situation. It's a lifelong commitment that requires serious planning and effort. In any case, before you get one, do your research, consult with professionals, and remember that they are not a substitute for the wild. Exotic pets aren't just about the cuteness factor, they're about understanding their needs and offering them the right care. So here's the bottom line: blue-eyed black lemurs do not make good pets. Even if you could legally own one, it would be an incredibly difficult, costly, and ultimately harmful decision for the lemur and you. Their complex dietary, social, and physical needs simply cannot be met in a typical home environment. Instead of trying to keep one as a pet, the best thing you can do is support conservation efforts. There are many organizations working tirelessly to protect these lemurs in their natural habitat. By supporting them, you're helping preserve the future of the species. Remember the question from earlier: why do blue-eyed black lemurs have those striking blue eyes? Here's the answer you've been waiting for. The blue coloration of their eyes is due to a combination of evolutionary factors, and scientists are still unraveling how and why this rare trait evolved. It is believed that the blue eyes may help them navigate in the dim light of the dense forests of Madagascar. In addition, the blue-eyed trait could be a result of sexual selection, where mates are attracted to individuals with more striking features, like those mesmerizing eyes. This unique and rare feature is one of the key reasons these lemurs are so special. If this video made you think twice about getting a blue-eyed black lemur as a pet, then I've done my job. These incredible creatures are meant to stay in the wild, where they belong. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment. What do you think about keeping exotic animals as pets? Should we let them live in the wild, or should we try to preserve them in captivity? Let me know your thoughts. Next up, a more appropriate pet, the Saluki Egyptian dog. Did you know the Saluki Egyptian dog isn't just one of the oldest breeds, but also one of the most unique? With roots in ancient royalty, these elegant hounds have a care requirement that might surprise you. Can you guess what it takes to keep a Saluki truly happy and healthy? Stick around to uncover their royal secret. And as always, stay curious and remember, some animals are meant to be left wild.